Welcome back. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I think all of you guys know by now that I love working with American Buttercream, but the year of 2020 I've decided is going to be the year of frosting for me. So I've been doing a lot of research on different types of frosting and playing around with decorating and making all types of buttercream. And in this process I came across Russian buttercream. I had never heard of it before and it totally blew my mind. So Russian buttercream is made with just 4 ingredients, sometimes 3. It's 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, which is 14 ounces, 2 sticks or 1 cup of unsalted butter that is properly at room temperature, some vanilla extract, and then a pinch of salt, which is optional, but I really like to add it. I think the salt cuts through the sweetness a little bit. So all of this creates this fantastically silky smooth frosting that you would never expect. And I know it's crazy that there's no powdered sugar or sugar in this, but all of our sweetness is going to come from that sweetened condensed milk. So it's really a wild frosting, which you're just going to have to see for yourself. Another important thing to make sure your frosting turns out silky smooth is that your butter is properly at room temperature. So this doesn't mean that you left your butter out overnight. It usually means taking your butter out about an hour before you plan to use it. So it's still a little bit firm to the touch. It's not soupy, it's keeping its shape. But if you push in, you can feel that it's soft enough for you to do that. If it's too soft, it's not going to whip up super well, and then again, it's going to have a hard time with that sweetened condensed milk. So without further ado, we'll start adding our butter into our stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, you can also use a hand mixer. That would work just fine. So in go our 2 sticks of butter, and we're going to beat this on a high speed for literally 5 minutes. Set the timer, do not skimp on the whipping of this butter until it's really fluffy, it's grown in volume, and it's lightened in color. So it's been about 6 minutes now. I let it go 1 extra minute, and you can see the buttercream is a drastically different color, which is great. That's exactly what we're after. It also looks silky smooth already, which is perfect for adding in our sweetened condensed milk. Before we do that, I'm actually going to add in just a pinch of salt, just about 1/4 teaspoon, I would say, into our frosting. And then we're also going to add in our vanilla extract. So I'm going to quickly add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We'll give this 1 quick stir just to get all those ingredients incorporated together. The real key to making sure that your buttercream doesn't separate here is to slowly incorporate your sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to add this in 4 installments. So here we go. And then we're going to mix this on actually a low speed. We don't want to mix it too high. And throughout this process, if you get any butter or any sweetened condensed milk kind of splattered along the sides of your bowl, feel free to scoop down with a rubber spatula. Time for our next addition. So I repeated this process 2 more times, and as you can see, our buttercream came together beautifully. So once you get to the last bit of sweetened condensed milk in your can, be sure that you really use a rubber spatula to get all of it out. You want to get all of that sweet goodness into your frosting. Once you really feel like you've got it all in there, give your frosting 1 more quick mix on a low speed. Alright, so our frosting is ready to go. We have the moment of truth. I like to test to see if it's stiff enough, just by doing a little dunk test. So what I like to do is just kind of, I always want to say the word stab. Dip my whisk attachment into my frosting and pull up. And you can see I have this really nice little peak here. And there's also a peak in the bowl. So this to me means that when I go to frost a cupcake, it's going to hold its shape, and that's exactly what I'm after. I'm going to quickly show you what it looks like to use this frosting on a cake and on some cupcakes, just so you can get a better feel for the texture and how wonderful this buttercream is. So here is a quick little sneak peek at how it pipes on a cupcake. So I'm using a Wilton 1M tip here, and this is just a small piping bag. So you can see it's silky smooth, it pipes like a dream, and holds its shape very well. Let's do a quick little taste test. The chances of me getting frosting in my nose here are quite high, but that's okay. So here we go. Definitely got a little bit of frosting in my nose, but this buttercream really is so silky smooth. It's rich. It's not too sweet, surprisingly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want the recipe for my Russian buttercream, it's up on Chelsweets.com, and I'll include the video link in the description below. If you guys have any suggestions of frostings or other recipes you'd love to see me make, please leave a comment in the comment section. That's all I've got for you today. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again soon. See you later.